Okay, so this is a story that popped up today that I'm kind of laughing at a little bit, mostly because why? So what we have here is Elizabeth Banks is back in the news, right? This is coming right after Charlie's Angels crashed and burned and died horribly, terribly, tragically in the box office. And she went out there and she attacked comic book movies as being the reason. Well, men don't support these movies, and men only go see Spider-Man, in which case there's 37 Spider-Man movies, she of which has starred in 3 of them. She was JJ's receptionist in all 3 of Raimi's Spider-Man films. So it's kind of funny that she brings this up. But today we find out that she's directing The Invisible Woman, which is a very interesting project to take on, considering that Universal just dropped the trailer for The Invisible Man like a week and a half ago. But let's find out more here about what's going on. Elizabeth Banks isn't letting the bombing of Charlie's Angels get her down, and the demand, as the in-demand actress filmmaker has been set to both direct and star An Invisible Woman for Universal Pictures. Now, why? Now we know that when it comes to the whole like monster universe or dark universe, like they realize they made mistakes with the Mummy and they want to go and they want to do different. And I get that, but it says here that Erin Cressida Wilson, Girl on the Train, penned the current script draft based on an original pitch by Banks, who will also produce. Plot specifics are under wrap, but this is what it says, is more likely a sci-fi comedy tone like the original 1940s film. So, I mean, I guess I get it. Right? I kind of get it. They want to go for more of a sci-fi comedy, The Invisible Woman. I just, okay. Anyway, the news comes 3 months after, 3 months after the release of Universal and Blumhouse The Invisible Man, starring Elizabeth Moss and Oliver Jackson Cohen. That Leigh Whannel directed film is much more of a dark psychological thriller with a sci-fi tinge. Banks and Universal previously worked on the Pitch Perfect franchise, which is true, made him a lot of money. But let's take a look here about money. This is the box office mojo page for Charlie's Angels to give you guys an idea about just how bad it's doing. Opening weekend, $8 million. Its domestic gross right now is only at $14 million, with a worldwide total of $44 million. Now, the movie, I think, costs around $50 million to make, not to mention all the prints and advertising. So it makes sense that the movie is not doing very well. And so, yeah, let's give her, let's reward failure, kind of. And I think, look, I don't want to sit there and attack the movie. I haven't seen it yet. I heard it's okay from some people. I think what I'm trying to say here is like it's timing, its release, and then it's also the director's response to the movie opening to 8 million and attacking male fans and attacking all this stuff that doesn't need to be attacked. It's like this movie is something that no one asked for, which we do say a lot, but still, and that's kind of where we find ourselves. And look, when you say they're doing an Invisible Woman movie and you get the trailer for The Invisible Man, that looks like, and look, I'll be fair here, as much as I love Leigh Whannell and I love his movies, the guy's movie looks quite a bit like Hollow Man from back in the day, right? It looks like Paul Verhoeven's 2001 Hollow Man, instead of being more of The Invisible Man, but it's more of a sci-fi thriller, dark horror, all those kind of things. And I think that's what fans want out of this. You know, if you have a movie that says, oh, The Invisible Man, and it's a horror film about a guy stalking his ex-girlfriend, and then it's followed up with later on in the year or early 2021 or something like that, and it's The Invisible Woman, people are going to be confused. People are going to be confused, especially because it's not the same tonal thing. It's not the same tone at all. What is it? It's a story. It's a sci-fi. It's a comedy, a lighthearted tonal comedy, where it's clearly going to be dealing with misogyny in the workplace and the woman feeling invisible and then becoming invisible and then dealing with being, I mean, come on. We can already basically tell what this movie is going to be. And not to say that it's going to be bad. I don't know. It could be good. It could be bad. It could be whatever. I'm not too sure. I just talk about this stuff. But when you look at the current state of society, and you look at the current culture war and where everything currently is on that front, it's just kind of dumb. Now, granted, I don't want to sit there and deride it too much. Back in 1993, John Carpenter did direct, I think wrote and directed, Chevy Chase in The Invisible Man. And I do like that movie because it is more tongue-in-cheek. But it's tongue-in-cheek in a way that ends up being more of a romantic comedy. I just don't see Elizabeth Banks really writing and producing and directing and starring in that kind of movie. I think we know where her politics stand, and we know where the politics are going to go. And I'm just gonna say this because I think that it's a fair criticism to make. If women didn't show up for Charlie's Angels, why in the hell do you think they're going to show up for the Invisible Woman? I'm just right. Am I alone in that thought? Am I being a sexist pig in that? I don't know. I don't think so because I'm not saying the movie's bad, but it's like if they play an angle, all they're going to do is rile up a base of people that look for that kind of stuff. The only way they can get an erection is by getting that kind of mad. And that's what they're going to go for. And they're not going to go see the movie. So it's like, I mean, maybe we'll have to wait and see for a trailer or at least a synopsis. But I'm telling you right now, this is like one of the laziest announcements I've heard in so damn long. However, as always, I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear your opinions. Let me know down in the comments below. This video is supported by patrons like you. If you'd like to become a patron, please head over to patreon.com/Matt Jarbo.